The court ruled last night the Biden administration cannot selectively choose which illegal immigrants convicted of crimes deserve immediate deportation. Homeland Security argued it has limited resources to enforce every removal order. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has our story. Sean.
Steve, and this is a really big blow to the Biden administration, this opinion by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. The opinion says that federal agents must follow federal law already on the books, and that the administration doesn't get to pick and choose which illegal immigrants who've committed crimes can stay here. All illegal immigrants who commit a certain group of crimes, these dangerous crimes, must be detained and removed.
Takes the Biden administration back a step.
An opinion by the Fifth Circuit says ICE and Border Patrol agents can no longer follow Biden administration guidelines about what class of criminal immigrants will be detained and deported. This among the complaints of border sheriffs and county judges this week.
The laws are there. They can enforce the laws if they so choose. But Border Patrol is being held back.
Federal law says immigration officials must detain and remove out of the country immigrants who've committed certain criminal offenses or violations. Constitutional attorney David Cole.
The Biden administration had adopted a policy that put in place kind of a hierarchy, an order of importance, and they were going to go after some cases but not go after other cases.
For example, agents were told to prioritize cases involving aggravated felonies over some drug offenses or criminal immigrants who participated in sex or human trafficking. Again, cases where the government already secured convictions. A federal appeals court in another part of the country ruled the Biden administration could do just that. But the Fifth Circuit said no.
In a case brought by Texas saying, hey, wait a minute, you're supposed to take care of these people, not be giving us, the state authorities, to deal with. It's people that have a higher risk of causing a problem in society. They've either been convicted of something or in some way they've violated the criminal law. Not a huge number of people, but as the opinion points out, they tend to commit more crimes than your average person does. There's a serious recidivism issue.
Cole expects the government will argue it doesn't have space to hold this group.
Because it's a smaller group of people, you can probably find the space somewhere. We're not talking about thousands of people and having to make massive arrangements and interfering with foreign policy. You're talking about, it's people, but they're not that many, and it's a set of people that you really should be equipped to deal with.
Still, this was not the opinion that the government was hoping for in the Fifth Circuit, especially after winning a victory in another part of the country. What does it mean for now? Well, it means the Biden administration will have to continue to defend its enforcement priorities or issue new guidance for federal agents.